Hello again and welcome back. Class 149. Yes, after this class, 150. My God, 150 classes. Not bad. We're progressing. We're making progress. We're moving forward. We're advancing. We're getting closer and closer to the end. We are moving forward little by little, step by step, slowly but surely. Sin prisas, pero sin pausa. Taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Consolidating every step along the way, which is also the equivalent of progressing. So we are progressing. We are making progress. Yeah. I like it. I'm enjoying this program. I'm a little bit tired now. I'm a little bit tired, but still aquí. No significa todavía, aún así. But still, I'm enjoying it. Despite the makeup, despite the lights, despite the cameras, despite the time limitations, despite all the potential problems, I'm enjoying it. Life has problems. Life has obstacles. Life is the 3,000 metros obstáculos. But you need to enjoy it. At least you need to find a way to enjoy life. All right, let's go to camera 1 and review class 148, please. All right, ask me what time I left home this morning. Richard, what time did you leave home? Leave home this morning. I left home at 5 minutes to 7. Ask me what time I left my office to come here. Richard, what time did you leave your office to go to the studio? I left my office to come here to the studio. Let's see, I left my office. What time did I leave my office? I don't remember. What time did I leave? What time did I leave my office? Let's see. Yeah, yes. Now I remember. I left my office. I left my office at 6:30 to come here. I left home at at 5 minutes to 6 in the 5 minutes to 7 this morning, but I left my office to come here at 6:30. Yeah, there was a lot of traffic. I'm glad I left my office at 6:30. If I hadn't left my office at 6:30, I would have gotten here late probably. To leave, left. Ask me if I have ever left my wife. Richard, have you ever left your wife? No, I haven't. Ask me if I've ever left my family. Richard, have you ever left your family? Abandon? No, I've never left my family. Okay, to leave. Have you ever left a person? Goodbye, darling, I'm leaving you. And the lady or the man says, please, darling, don't leave me. Don't leave me. To leave is marcharse. Me marcho, pero también te abandono. I leave you. I'm going to leave you forever. I'm going to leave you for good. Se dice aquí for good. Te dejo. Te voy a dejar para siempre. I'm going to leave you for good, because forever means until eternity, hasta la eternidad. But for good means para siempre en el sentido de forma definitiva. Definitivamente. Me voy. Ya no vuelvo. I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back, darling. I'm leaving you forever, for good. I'll never come back. To leave. Okay, and then spelling. This is so important. It's really important to learn how to spell verbally, but even more important is to understand spelling. Because in communications in English, over the telephone, and often face-to-face, spelling is essential. Even English-speaking people don't know how to spell your name if you don't spell it. My name, Vaughn, has 2 different spellings. 3, basically. Could be Von a lo alemán, von Braun, von Bismarck, okay? It could be 3 spellings, okay? So I need to spell my name. And when I call an agency or something, in the English-speaking world, I always spell my name. V-A-U-G-H-A-N, V-A-U-G-H-A-N, con la A al final, porque muchos no tienen la A al final. V-A-U-G-H-A-N. V-A-U-G-H-A-N. Okay? Now in Spanish, you normally don't need to spell. If you say Perez, Manzano, Rodriguez, everybody knows how to spell it. Even strange names, you know how to, except the Bascos. That's a bit different. They need to spell their names. But spelling is essential in English. My first name is Richard, and my last name is Vaughan. My sister's first name is Nancy. Nancy. All right? Now I'm going to say the name of famous entities, and you try to recognize it. Are you ready? IBM. Okay, it's easy, IBM. All right? NATO. NATO. Okay, la NATO, la OTAN. Okay, la OTAN. Okay, NESTLE. No? NESTLE. NESTLE. It's a very famous Swiss company for chocolate, for certain pharmaceutical. Nestle, okay. Nestle. In English we say Nestle. NESTLE. Okay, BAYER. BAYER. You don't know it. Aspirin, you take aspirin, BAYER. On the Bayer, okay. Bayer, aspirin, BAY. A is the first letter in the alphabet, remember. BAYER. Okay? Now I'm going to spell very simple words in English, and you try to recognize them, okay? TRAIN. TRAIN. Okay, train. Train. All right? Yes. FLOOR. That's easy. Floor. FLOOR. BICYCLE. BICYCLE. A bicycle, yes. ENCYCLOPEDIA. You don't know? ENCYCLOPEDIA. You still don't know. One more time. ENCYCLOPEDIA. Encyclopedia. Don't you know? Encyclopedia. ENCYC. Y. La penúltima letra del alfabeto. Y. Suena casi igual que ¿por qué? ¿Por qué una Y? Why a Y? Why a Y? Los británicos los dicen igual. No aspiran la WH en why. Los americanos sí. Why a Y? Okay. ENCYCLOPEDIA and MISSISSIPPI, Mississippi. All right. I'll be back in a few minutes to continue.
Hello, nice to see you again. My name's Carly, and we are going to do a review of the previous class. But first, I want to introduce my student, Annette. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Excellent. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, good. I hope you're ready at home too, because we're going to focus on a really common verb and an easily to mistake verb called to leave. All right, to leave. In Spanish, to leave?
Irse.
Irse. Good, and you can say marcharse, and you can say different things. Basically, at the end of the day, when you're finished work, you leave and you go back home, and that's really important to leave. You could abandon as well in the form of leave. I'm going to give some sentences in Spanish. You're going to give them to me in English, and then we'll continue. All right, todos los días me marcho a las 5.
Every day I leave at 5 o'clock.
Perfect, good. Every day I leave at 5 o'clock. A daily action at work, you leave at 5. Perfect, good. Ayer me marché a las 5:30.
Yesterday I left at 5:30.
Perfect, good. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, 5:30 or 5:30. They're both great. Yesterday I left, with the T, I left at 5:30 or at 5:30. They're perfect. Very good. All right. Ella nunca se ha marchado antes que yo.
She never left before.
Ella nunca se ha marchado.
She has never left before me.
Perfect, good. She's never left before me, or she's never left before I have. They're both perfect, right? She's never left before I have. Good. Nunca me he marchado a las 8.
I've never left before 8.
Good, yeah, perfect. Before 8 or at 8. That's great. I've never left at 8 or I've never left before 8. Very good. All right. Couple questions. Does she leave after you? Hypothetically.
I think she leaves after me.
Perfect with the leaves. I think she leaves after me. Yeah, I think she leaves after me. Good. Does she leave before you?
I don't think so.
Good. Tell me. Full sentence.
That she leaves before me.
Good. I don't think she leaves.
Before me.
Good. Repeat.
I don't think she leaves before me.
Excellent. Good. All right. Last question. Do you leave the office at the same time every day?
Yes, I leave the office. Yes, I leave the office at the same time every day.
Perfect, good. So yes, I leave the office at the same time, or no, I don't leave the office. So to leave is irse, marcharse, abandonar, things like that. So to leave is a really common verb that we want you to get comfortable with. You don't go out. At 5 o'clock, you don't go out of the office, you leave. All right, the next thing we're going to do is some spelling. So Annette has a whiteboard. I'm going to give a name, and I want you at home to practice writing these down. I'm going to give you a first name and a last name, a full name, right? My name's Carly Carson. That's not the one. And I'm going to give you a full name. I want you to write it down. I'm going to spell it, and when I say that is the key that I'm going to spell each letter. And you're going to show me and spell it for me. All right, so the first name at home, get ready, write these down. The first name is Ben Foster. That's BenFoster. Show me. Perfect. Ben Foster. Spell it.
BenFoster.
Very good. All right, good. Ben Foster, right? First name, last name. First name, surname. All right. The second name is a little more difficult. Be careful here. Mary Smythe. Mary Smythe. That's MarySmythe. What do you think, Annette? THE.
Oh, E.
Good, good, good. That's a common one. E and I. Mary Smythe. Very good. Mary Smythe. Spell it for me.
MarySmythe.
Perfect. Good. That's a big street in Toronto, Canada, right? Smythe Street. Some people pronounce it Smith and some people pronounce it Smythe. The most important thing in English is the spelling is not obvious. So you really have to double check when you're talking to people or when you're doing business, double check about those names. All right, the next one. Tony Rains. Rains. That's TonyReigns. These are real names, I promise. Very good. Spell it for me.
TonyReigns.
Perfect. Very good. So if we were on the telephone, we're pretending that we're on the telephone. And I tell you, my name is Tony Rains. Maybe you're going to write rain, right? So never assume that you know what the spelling is. All right, the last one that we're going to do is Tanya Breho. That's TanyBrehaut. I'll repeat the last name. Brehaut. Show me. Tanya with a Y.
With a Y?
With a Y, and that's the only one. Good. Hold that up for the camera. Very good, guys. With the spelling, never assume that you know how to spell it. Very good job. Take care, and keep on practicing, guys. I'll see you next time.
No. What's wrong? Is something wrong? Come on. Something's the matter, I can tell. Come on. Come on, tell me, what's the problem? What's the matter? I know something's wrong. Sé que algo te pasa. I know something's wrong. ¿Cómo? I can tell. Anybody can tell. Come on, you can't hide your feelings. You can't hide your emotions. Okay, you can't. All right, te conozco. I know you. I can tell. I can tell. I can tell. All right. Explain your, maybe you can tell me on camera one what the problem is, okay? Because I can tell that you're worried. I can tell that you're worried. Camera one, please. Okay, tell is decir. O contar. Contar una historia, to tell a story. Ahora bien, se usa muchísimo, casi tanto como decir o contar, en el sentido de que percibir, ver, divisar, saber, mirando. Yo mirándote la cara, sé que estás enfadado hoy, ¿eh? I can tell. ¿Cómo sabes que estoy enfadado? I can tell. Anybody can tell, cualquiera lo puede percibir, digamos. Anybody can tell. Ahora bien, tell se usa, por ejemplo, de una forma más fácil. Can you tell the difference? Can you tell the difference between an African elephant and an Asian elephant? Can you tell the difference between an alligator and a crocodile? Can you tell the difference between a Japanese man and a Chinese man? Can you tell the difference? Esto es fácil porque es literalmente decir la diferencia, pero no es decir, es distinguir aquí la diferencia. Can you tell the difference? Ahora, muchas veces usamos tell sin la difference. I can tell. ¿Cómo sabes que estoy casado? I can tell. I can tell. I can tell if a person is married or not, simply by looking at the person. I look at you and say, Tomas, you're single. How can you tell? Don't ask me why, but I can tell. I can tell when a person is married and when a person is single. Looking at Maria, I can tell she's single. I can tell. Se ve en la cara, she's single. She's happy. I can tell. I can tell. Now, you can tell I'm married by my ring. You know, you can look at my ring now. But for example, if I weren't wearing a ring, you know, like this, I said, do you think I'm married or single? Can you tell just by looking at me? Can you tell just by looking at me whether I'm married or not? All right. Now, imaginad. Imagine you're boom, 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 zapping on your television and boom, you see me. Okay. And I'm not speaking. I'm waiting to start. And you don't know who I am. Now, in this case, could you tell I'm an English teacher? Can you tell I'm an English teacher just by looking at me? Or would you think probably I'm a politician or a news or sportscaster? What can you tell? Can you tell my profession just by looking at me? I can't tell people. For example, Maria, if you look at Maria, you can't tell that she's from Andalusia. You can't. She's tall. She looks more German or French, from the north of France, or maybe Dutch. Sería una perfecta holandesa de Amsterdam. Yeah, they're tall. The women and the men are tall in Amsterdam. You can't tell. You see, Carlos V y también Felipe II, they brought German people and put them in Extremadura, in Almendralejo area, and over in Almeria. So there are a lot of people who look German. And if you look at Maria, you can't tell she's from the south of Spain. If you listen to her, yes, you can tell. I can tell by your accent that you're not from the center of Spain. I can tell by your accent. And I can tell by your accent, Carlos, that you're probably from Mexico. Yeah, I can tell by the way how do I know, Carlos? Because I can tell by the way he talks. He says, voy a manejar el carro al estacionamiento. And so I know, I can tell. He's Mexican. I can tell. I can tell. And I can tell. I have another friend, Mario, and I can tell you can tell. The moment you speak to him, you can tell he's from Colombia. Because he doesn't say estacionar, he says parquear. Vamos a parquear el carro aquí, en el parqueadero. Okay, and you can tell he's from Bogota, or from Medellin, or from Cali. You can tell. And people from Argentina, my God, you can tell. Well, can you tell if a person is from Argentina or from Uruguay? I can't. If I listen to a person from Buenos Aires, and a person from Montevideo, I can't tell where the person's from. I can't tell if it's a person from Uruguay or a person from Argentina. Can you tell? Can you tell if a person is from Chile or Argentina? That's usually easier, much easier. Argentina have a certain type of talking. Yeah, yo le vi allí ayer. Okay, but I can't tell if a person is from Uruguay or from Argentina. Now in the States, I can tell if a person is from Texas or from the Deep South. The Deep South is Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, okay, and the north of Florida. Especially from Georgia and from South Carolina, I can tell if a person is from Georgia, they talk in such a soft, sweet way, okay? And people from Texas talk like this, okay, and I can tell. I can tell if a person is from Texas. I can tell if a person is Catalonia. I can tell. I'm sure you can tell if a person is from Catalonia or from Galicia. I bet you can tell. Yeah. Now, can you tell if a person is from Mexico or from Honduras, for example? Can you tell? Or Guatemala? Can you tell? Very difficult for me. If a person is from Cuba, can you tell by the way they're speaking that they're from Cuba? Can you tell? Es distinguir, percibir, ver, saber. All right? Calcular, o realmente sacar. Por intuición, de dónde son. Can you tell? Now, when you look at a person, can you tell if that person is angry or happy? Can you tell? By looking at their face? Can you tell by listening to their voice? Can you tell if a person is nervous by his body language, the way he sits and listens to you? Can you tell if the person is bored or interested in your subject by the lenguaje corporal, body language? Can you tell? All right. Can you tell if I enjoy teaching on television or not by looking at me? Can you tell? ¿Puedes sacar una conclusión? Eso tú tell. Can you tell if I enjoy teaching on TV or not? That's your problem, not mine. Okay, well, it's not a problem for anybody, really. Our sponsors have a few words. I'll be right back. All right. When I came to Spain in 1972 as a student, my Spanish was not bad. I could speak Spanish. I had trouble understanding people the first few months. The first month. But I couldn't tell where people were from. I couldn't tell if a person was from the Basque Country or from Andalusia or from Chile or from Mexico. Really, from Mexico, I couldn't tell. My ear was not attuned to Spanish well enough to be able to tell the difference between accents. I couldn't tell. For me, it sounded the same, basically. Maybe a strong Mexican accent like this, like Cantinflas, yes. But except for the radical part, I couldn't tell the difference between accents. I couldn't tell. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Hello, my name's David Wardell, and it's time to look at a new grammar point. Se nota, se nota. Now, I'm with Marmen today. How are you today, Marmen?
Fine, thank you. And you?
I'm very, very well. How do you say se nota in English?
Can you tell? Can you tell?
Can you tell? Can you tell? Tell is decir, but we use it for se nota algo. So, for example, can you tell I'm English? Can you tell I'm English? Yes, of course. Can you tell I'm English?
Yes, I can tell you're English.
How can you tell I'm English?
Because your complexion is fair.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. Ask me if I can tell you're Spanish. Ask me if I can tell you're Spanish.
Can you tell I'm Spanish?
Again, repeat.
Can you tell I'm Spanish?
Very good. One more time.
Can you tell I'm Spanish?
Very good. Okay, in casa, ask me if I can tell you're Spanish. Ask me if I can tell you're Spanish. You are your. Ask me if I can tell you're Spanish. Sorry. Very good. Okay. Can you tell I'm Spanish? Can you tell I'm Spanish? They're saying very, very well, I think.
Yes.
Very well. Okay, the next one. Can you tell I'm English from my accent? Can you tell I'm English from my accent? We say from, yeah?
Yes, I can tell your English from your accent.
Repeat.
Yes, I can tell your English for your accent. From your accent.
Yes, repeat.
Yes, I can tell your English from your accent.
English.
English.
Again.
I can tell your English for your accent.
For or from?
Yes, it's true.
Okay, let's try again.
It's true.
Don't worry.
I can tell your English from your accent.
Very good. One more time.
I can tell your English from your accent.
From your accent. From your accent.
From
okay.
your accent.
Okay, can you tell I'm English from my accent? Can you tell I'm English from my accent? Do you see? It's claro que sí, no? Okay. Very good. Yes, I can tell your English. You are. I can tell your English from your accent. I can tell your English from your accent. Okay. Ask me if I can tell your Spanish from your accent.
Can you tell my Spanish from my accent?
A ver. Rewind again.
Yes, it's true. Something is missing.
Something's missing. I'm not
Yes.
sure, but let's see.
Can you tell?
Can you?
No. Can you tell that my
Can you tell I'm Spanish?
I'm Spanish from my accent?
Very good. Repeat.
Can you tell I'm Spanish from my accent?
Very good. One more time.
Can you tell I'm Spanish from my accent?
Well, when you say Spanish, yes, I can tell you're Spanish. But say it one more time.
Can you tell I'm Spanish from my no.
I'm Spanish.
I'm Spanish. Can you tell I'm Spanish from my accent?
Very good. Very good. Okay, en casa. Ask me if I can tell your Spanish from your accent. Can you tell I'm Spanish from my accent? Can you tell I'm Spanish from my accent? Can you tell I'm Spanish? No.
No.
Can you tell I'm Spanish? Okay, how ironic. Next one, okay. Can you tell I've prepared this class? Can you tell I've prepared this class?
Yes.
Go on then.
I can tell you prepare this class.
Yes, I can tell you've prepared this class. One more time.
Yes, I can tell you've prepared this class.
Very good. One more time.
Yes, I can tell you've prepared this class.
This class.
This class.
One more time.
Yes, I can tell you've prepared. Wait a minute.
Don't worry.
I can tell you've prepared this class.
Yes, I can tell you've prepared this class. Yes, I can tell you've prepared this class. One more time.
Yes, I can tell you've prepared this class.
Very good. Okay, en casa. Can you tell I've prepared this class? DKC, of course. Yes, I can tell you've prepared this class. Got this, haven't I?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Of course.
Okay, ask me if I can tell you've studied hard lately. Ask me if I can tell that you've studied hard lately.
Can you tell I've studied hard lately?
Very good. Pequeño rastro de es studied, but one more time.
Can you tell I've studied hard lately?
Yeah, one more time.
Can you tell I've studied hard lately?
Can you tell I've studied hard lately? One more time.
Can you tell I've
Can you
tell I've studied hard lately?
Very good. Okay, en casa. En casa. Ask me if I can tell you've studied hard lately. Ask me if I can tell you. Ask me if I can tell you've studied hard lately. Can you tell I've studied hard lately? I've studied hard lately. Okay. Now in the past, could you tell I was annoyed yesterday? Could you tell I was annoyed yesterday?
Yes, I could tell you were annoyed yesterday.
Good. Repeat.
Yes, I could tell you were annoyed yesterday.
And again.
Yes, I could tell that you were annoyed yesterday.
Okay. How could you tell I was annoyed yesterday? That's a bit going red, yeah?
yeah.
Rojo. Okay, en casa. Could you tell I was annoyed yesterday? DKC. Could you tell I was annoyed yesterday? DKC. Yes, I could tell you were annoyed yesterday. Yes, I could tell you were annoyed yesterday. Se notó, yeah?
Yeah.
Very good, okay. Ask me if I could tell you were annoyed yesterday.
Could you tell I was annoyed yesterday?
And again.
Could you tell I was annoyed yesterday?
Very good, very good. Could you tell I was annoyed yesterday? Okay, so again, ask me if I could tell you were annoyed yesterday. Very good. Could you tell I was annoyed yesterday? Okay. Can you tell I haven't slept well?
Yes, I can.
Can you?
now.
Oh.
Now I can tell you didn't sleep well.
Or you haven't slept
Yeah,
well.
yeah, you haven't
Si
slept
que tiene
well.
relevancia hoy,
Yeah,
ahora,
yeah,
¿no?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But in the past,
In the present perfect again,
yes,
yeah?
I can tell you haven't slept well.
Good, I can tell you haven't slept well. Repeat.
Yes, I can tell you haven't slept well. No, I don't want to say the opposite, but it's
Yeah, it
okay.
doesn't matter, it doesn't matter.
matter.
Okay, yes, I can tell you haven't slept well. Yeah,
Okay.
but my eyes are a bit red. I'm
Okay,
very,
okay.
very slow. It doesn't matter. Okay, so can you tell I haven't slept well? DKC. Yes, I can tell you haven't slept well. DK, no. No, I can't tell you've slept badly or
Okay.
whatever. Okay, can you tell I've given up smoking?
Yes, I can tell you give up smoking.
Why? How? How? How can you
No.
tell? How can you tell I've given up smoking?
You're very happy.
Yes, I am. I am. Just a little bit nervous, that's all. No, ask me again.
Can you tell you've given up smoking?
Good, okay. No. Say to me the sentence. I can tell you've given up smoking.
Ah,
yeah?
yes. I can tell you given up smoking.
Very good. Okay, now ask me if I can tell you've given up smoking.
Can you tell I've given up smoking?
Very good. Yes, I can tell you've given up smoking. Okay, in casa. Can you tell I've given up smoking? DKC? Yes, I can tell you've given up smoking. Now, ask me if I can tell you've given up smoking. Very good. That's all we have time for. So se nota. Can you tell? I can tell. That's all we have time for. Thank you very much, Marmin.
Thank you.
And bye-bye.
Okay, we have list number 53. It's a good list, eh? Let's get down to work without any further delay. Without any further delay, let's get down to work. Camera one. ¿Cómo voy a ayudarte si no me dejas? How am I? Hola, Amaya, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás, Amaya? How am I going to help you if you don't let me? Si no me dejas. If you don't let me, simply let. No uses permit ni allow. How am I going to help you? How am I going to help you? Help you? Pew, pew, pew. Hola, pew, pew, pew. Help you. Enlázame las palabras y no me digáis you. Help you. Help you. Pew, pew. ¿Viste? Pew, pew. How am I going to help you? Help you. If you don't let me. Come on. Llevo 2 años trabajando aquí. I've been working here for, ¿cuántos? 2 years. I've been working here for 2 years. Tienes que tener cuidado con ellos, eh? You have to be careful. Gente de Almería, cuidado. Be very careful. You have to be careful with people from Almería. You have to be careful with them. You have to be careful to be careful. Care, care, hair, care. Hair care, cuidados del cabello. Hair care. Health care, asistencia sanitaria. Health care, care. Pear, una pera. Paris, París. Pear, air. Os cuesta mucho abrir esa ER, sonido de ER. Air. Aunque sea una A aquí. Care. You have to be careful with them. Él quiere tener hijos, pero ella no. He wants to have children, pero ella no. But she doesn't. He wants to have children, but she doesn't. Fijaos, yo no digo children, digo children. He wants to have children, but she doesn't. Children. Él quería casarse, pero ella no. He wanted, pasado. He wanted to get married, pero ella no. Okay, but she didn't. He wanted to get married, but she didn't. But she didn't. Tus llamadas nos van a costar una fortuna. Your calls, your telephone calls. Your calls are going to cost us a fortune. Come on. Why do you need to use the telephone so much? Your calls are going to cost us. Cost us. Fijaos como la T de cost se enlaza con la U de as. Cost us. Yes. Tengo un amigo, Jaime Costas. Costa de costas. Costa. Costas. Las costas del juicio. Your calls are going to cost us a fortune. Fortune. Fijaos como la T y la U en medio de la palabra fortuna en inglés tiene sonido puro de che. Fortune. Picture. Portugal. Okay. Fortune. ¿Vas a estar aquí cuando yo vuelva? Are you going to be here when I come back? Or when I get back? Cuando regrese, when I get back? Cuando llegue de vuelta? Are you going to be here when I get back? Are you going to be here when I get back? Or come back? Me encuentro mucho mejor ahora que tú estás aquí. I feel much better now that you're back, or now that you're here. I feel much better now that you're here. Before I felt uncomfortable, but now that you're here, I feel a lot better. I feel much better. Vale los dos. I feel much better. I feel a lot better. I feel much better. I feel a lot better. Ahora que estás aquí. Now that, lo igual en español. Now that you're here. You're here. You are. All right? Yo estaba preocupado cuando oí la noticia. Cuando oí la noticia. I was worried. I was worried when I heard the news. Estoy poniendo una leve sonido de después de la D de worried y de heard. Simplemente para que oigáis la D. Porque en inglés decimos la D. I was worried when I heard the news. I was worried when I heard the news. Os cuesta, pero tenéis que intentar dominar este sonido. Heard. Es muy difícil. La D dura al final de una palabra os cuesta horrores a los hispanohablantes. I was worried when I heard the news. ¿Me puedes hacer un favor? ¿Cómo se dice eso? Vaya frase más socorrida. ¿Me puedes hacer un favor? Can you do me a favor? Can you do me? Can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? Yo no entendía al taxista. I didn't understand the taxi driver. I didn't understand the cab driver. I didn't understand the cabbie. Yeah, I didn't understand the taxi driver. And this happens sometimes. Once, I went to London, and I remember from Heathrow, I was in Heathrow Airport, and I caught a taxi. I didn't understand the taxi driver, at the beginning. He was speaking in a Cockney type of speech from the south of London, and my God, I said, well, excuse me? About what? Yeah. I said, I'm sorry, I don't understand you. And finally, I was able to understand him, but I didn't understand the taxi driver at first. Se rompe cada vez que lo abro. It breaks. O sea, en inglés no es reflexivo. En español decís romperse. Se rompe. En inglés rompe. It breaks. It breaks. It breaks every time I open it. Every time I open it, oh, I'm sorry, it broke. Oh, why'd it break? We'll close it. Fine. I open it again and it breaks again. My God. It breaks every time I open it. It breaks every time I open it. Maria's heart. It breaks every time I open it. Boom. Oh, she suffers a broken heart. It breaks. To break es romper. También es batir un récord mundial. To break a record. To break a record puede decir batir un récord o romper un disco de vinilo. To break a record. Huh? Of course, the context tells you. To break a world record. Este programa bate el Guinness. This program breaks the Guinness Book of World Records. All right. I'll be back to close the program in about 8 minutes.
Hello and welcome. Welcome to the final part of class 149, approaching 150. A very special moment. And here we have a translation list. I love the translation lists. And I'm here today to do the list with Jesus. How are you, Jesus?
Hello, I'm fine. Thank you.
Great. So, but before we start, Jesus and I are going to look at, as always, we're going to look at our 5 words of vocabulary. Are you ready? Good. Okay. Por casualidad. Por casualidad. How do you say that? Por casualidad. Jesus?
By chance?
By chance. Very good. By chance. That's right. It's on your screen, right? But yes, by chance. And number 2, joya.
Jewel.
Jewel. Very good. Jewel. Again?
Jewel.
And at home? Jewel. 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 It's important that you pronounce that J. Jewel. Very good. The third word today is deuda. Deuda. Which is, Jesus?
Debt.
Sorry?
Debt.
Okay, but be careful because the B here is silent.
Debt.
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 Debt. D-E-B-T, but the B is silent, so we say debt. Yeah. And number 4, papel, cartón.
Cardboard.
Cardboard. Yeah, very good. Cardboard. 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 The D almost disappears. The D in the middle. Cardboard. Right? Can you say it?
Cardboard.
Sorry?
Cardboard.
Good. Yeah. Cardboard. Okay. Para siempre.
For God.
Well, not for God.
For good.
Good.
For good.
For good. For good. So if I say, I'm going to Canada, you say, are you going for good? No, I'm just going for a vacation. Right? For good. Para siempre. For good. All right, Jesus, are you ready for the translation list?
Yes, I am.
Number 53. So at home, have you studied this list? It's a good idea to study ahead of time. And remember, we'll also review these on the radio show on Vaughn Radio. We'll review the translation list every day. We do it, okay? We follow the material every day, day by day, the same material on the radio. So check it out. ¿Cómo va a ayudarte si no me dejas?
How am I going to...
How? Not ho, but how. How. I say this every time, but it's a good way to remember it. How, not ho. How.
How am I going to help you if you don't let me?
Good. How am I going to help you if you don't let me? You have to let the teachers help you, right? Let me help you, okay? How am I going to help you if you don't let me? Good question. Llevo 2 años trabajando aquí.
I've been working here for 2 years.
Yeah, very good. I've been working here. I've been working here for 2 years. Tienes que tener cuidado con ellos.
You have to be careful with them.
With them.
With them.
With them. Again?
You have to be careful with them.
Good, yeah. Layla, have you had a class with Layla before?
No, I haven't.
You know, Layla always stresses the linking, which is very important. With the TH, with, and then them. So we have a common sound there. So we run those words together. With them. With them. At home? With them. Very good. Él quiere tener hijos, pero ella no.
He has to be children, but he...
Sorry?
He has...
Bueno, quiere tener hijos.
Oh, sorry. He wants to have children.
Children.
But she doesn't.
But she doesn't. Yeah. He wants to have children, but she doesn't. He wants. Remember the S? He wants to have children, but she doesn't. Number 5. For you at home. Él quería casarse, pero ella no. Quería. So he wanted to get married. Now, not he. You can say he wanted to marry. No. He wanted to get married, but she didn't. Tus llamadas nos van a costar una fortuna.
Your calls are going to cost us a fortune.
A fortune. Remember that TU sound? Fortune. Fortune, chu. Fortune. Not fortune, but fortune. Again, your calls are going to cost us a fortune. It's like Portugal. That same sound, chew. Fortune. Say that again, fortune.
Fortune.
Yeah, your calls are going to cost us a fortune. Okay. ¿Vas a estar aquí cuando vuelva? At home? ¿Vas a estar aquí cuando vuelva? Are you going to be here cuando vuelva?
When I get back.
When I get back? Good. Are you going to be here when I get back? Volver. To get back. Are you going to be here when I get back? Very good. Me encanta, excuse me, me encuentro mucho mejor ahora ahora que estás aquí. Me encuentro mucho mejor ahora que estás aquí.
I feel much better now that you are here.
Yeah, I feel much better now that you're here. At home? Out loud? I feel much better now that you're here. Now that you're here. Very good. Number 9. Estaba preocupado cuando oí la noticia.
I was worried or concerned when I listened to the news.
Well, listen is escuchar.
When I heard
When I heard
the news,
the news. Yes. I was worried when I heard the news. I was worried when I heard the news. You know, I can hear someone out in the hall. Can you hear them?
yes, I can.
I can hear someone in the hall, but I'm not listening to them because I'm listening to Jesus. Are you listening to me?
Yes, I am listening to you.
But can you hear them?
Yes, I can hear them.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can perfectly.
We can hear each other, but we can also hear someone in the hall. I don't think you can hear it, but we can hear it. But we're not listening to them. We're listening to each other, but we can hear it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. ¿Me puedes hacer un favor?
Can you make me a favor?
Oh, no.
Do me a favor.
Make and do. It's tricky.
Yeah,
It's tricky.
Do me a favor.
It's very difficult, I know. Can you do me a favor again?
Can you do me a favor?
At home? Can you do me a favor? Good. Can you do me a favor? Sure. Yo no extendía al taxista.
Entendía.
Sorry.
Extendía, spread.
Yo no entendía al taxista. Better. Thank you.
I didn't understand to the taxi driver.
I didn't understand the taxi driver.
taxi driver.
Now, no need for a two. Just I didn't understand the taxi driver. He didn't understand me. I was just making sure you were paying attention, right? Good. Se rompe cada vez que lo abro. It breaks every time I open it. We're out of time, but good job, Jesus.
Thank you. Okay.
And good job at home. I'm going to send you back to Richard. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Okay. One of the sentences for today is, ¿Me puedes hacer un favor? Can you do me a favor? And I'll ask you, can you do me a favor? I want to break a record. I want to break the world record for the most people who learn the most English in the least amount of time in any country in the world. Vago en Inglés 4.0 has more students, direct and indirect, official and unofficial students, who are going to learn more than anywhere else on this planet in the time stipulated. But I need your help to do that. To break the world record, I need your help. So can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? Study.